What is up, guys? Arolf here, back again. Oh, I didn't time that right. Back again with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Deadpool series. This is Cable, and this is Build-A-Figure Sasquatch. So let's get into it. So, I'm just gonna say it nice and softly this time. Cable on both sides. You get a nice picture of Cable on the back. Description, pause if you want to read that. He's the first figure to build Sasquatch. Bottom UPC. Scan if you want it. Without further ado, let's get into this. Before we take a look at the size comparison, we're just going to quickly look at the Sasquatch leg, which I looked at really quickly. Okay, moving on. So here is Cable next to Ex Nihilo. What is it? Dukem Nukem? I don't know. And some other comic figures. There you go. So just removed everything on him, mostly everything. There are some loose joints right here, specifically in the knee area. And I forgot to remove his little forearm guards, or kind of glove part, the grayish green glove, so you could just remove that. But overall, he is a built figure, just the knee joints are pretty loose. So putting everything back on him, you got this little collar piece which looks like a futuristic, oh my gosh, futuristic scarf right there, I guess. And you got this little strap ammo pouch thingy right there, which is pegged on like Deadpool's, same mechanism, but it's really made out of this tough plastic, except the belt part. But you can see this guy's loaded. This guy ain't playing. All his gear, even his strap pieces, are freaking, yeah. It's just a durable plastic piece. So yeah. So you got that, and I'm pretty sure he's good to go. Okay, now we can move over to accessories. Okay, so looking at Cable's first gun, which kind of reminds me of the EMP gun from The Dark Knight. It's really nicely sculpted. It is hollow, so yeah, I understand why they did that, because if it was a denser plastic, then this gun is big already, so if it was a dense plastic, he might have trouble holding it up. And if you have this Iron Man little blast effect piece, you can attach it, which I like how Hasbro implemented that hole there. And the other weapon is kind of this, like a pistol Gatling gun. It just looked like, at first, looks like a revolver, but when you look down the barrels, there's so many barrels, so it's like a handheld Gatling gun. And the other one kind of reminds me of a Western pistol, kind of modernized Western pistol, but there's a twist, there's a double barrel. So yeah, and you can put that on the side right there, and it looks like it's kind of loose. Feels like I was stretching the plastic a little bit, but yeah. It is dense near the strap area, but down in the belt straps, it's kind of flimsy. Luckily, the big gun has a hole right there for nice weapon storage, so you can attach it right there. I don't know if the barrel should be up or down, so I just put the barrel facing down and everything on it. It looks pretty good. I wish that he had another holster for his other weapon, so he's all clean without holding any weapons. But attaching the large EMP looking weapon onto his right hand here, just slip in the handle like so. Come on, there you go. And it'll just grip on, trigger finger in the hole. I wish the kind of the bump stock here kind of rest on his bicep. It just looks awkward when it's on the side like this, so I wish it was shorter. So yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Yep, I'm pointing it out right here. Kind of a delayed voiceover reaction, but yeah, it's working out pretty good from certain angles, but I wish that bump stock though was, ooh. And still no weapon storage to be found with the third weapon. So taking a closer look at Cable here, starting off with the head sculpt, I really do like the hair sculpt in this. It is kind of glued kind of improperly, but man, I really like the scarring, the facial expression, the paint in the teeth, and this little clear piece of plastic right here. It's kind of bendable, so it's not gonna break on you. It's not some type of hard plastic. There's a little earpiece right here, not little, it's just, it looks like a big walkie-talkie. If he is from the future, they should have everything very slim and sleek, not very, I don't know, just tell me in the comments what's that used for. So yeah, looking around, you can see his little futuristic scarf here, which is a dense plastic as well, right there. See, moving down to the belt, really like the black wash that are on these pouches. It gives a really gritty look to him. He's just not like a clean soldier, you know, kind of posh. There is no clean soldiers, but yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, I really like the grittiness to it. I wish they added that black wash to the green straps here. And here is what I'm talking about on how kind of bending the plastic kind of stresses that little plastic area bit right there. But yeah, looking at his arms here, big bicep, veiny. Same thing with the pants, wrinkles, obviously well done, nice straps, cleanly painted. His calves right here, boots, nice brown color to them. Wish they added some black wash to it, add some more dirt effects. So it should be a little bit more dirtier near the boots compared to the belt and the rest of the upper half of the figure. But all in all, he is a solid paintedly figure, I guess, paintedly. Anyways, looking at the articulation, he is on a ball hinge joint, rotates all the way around, looks up that far, and this thing kind of comes with it too, which is quite unfortunate. Looks down that much right there, which is not a lot since the little scarf thing is kind of blocking his way. He has the tilty shifty head movement, so he can get some poses. Because with that facial expression, that's why I made that. Okay, so his arms do rotate all the way around. They go out that far. Even with the little strap pieces on his shoulders, that's the most that they could do. So yeah, what are you gonna do? And in that much, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which is nice because it's bending more than 90 degrees, and he has some big biceps. His wrists do rotate all the way around. They have the side-to-side movement, so the joint on the trigger finger is a little bit different compared to the left hand right here. So it does rotate all the way around, bends up that far and down that much. Okay, so moving over to the chest here, his chest bends forward that far, which is great, but unfortunately when you try to bend it forward all the way, you can see the little strap pieces are kind of spread out. Same thing when you bend it back, which is quite unfortunate. These are really tough material, so it would have been nice if it was made out of a pliable, more softer plastic. So he does have a rotation at the waist here. His legs can kick forward so he can sit down that far, but he can't kick back that much, which is quite unfortunate. But he does have a upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and his knee joints, like I said before, are loose on mine, so solid figures, just the knees are weak AF. Boot rotation, his ankles point down that far, up that much. Yeah, could have been better. Ankle pivot, and doing the ankle pivot test. Boom. Okay. He's good to go. So taking an even closer freaking look at Cable here, starting off with popping off the head. It's tradition around here where we decapitate our figures to look at the paint splotches near the neck area. You can see how the button attaches, and I'll just remove that once more. You can see. Now, I know that they use the Ex Nihilo body mold and the Duke Nuke or Nukem Dukem or whatever it's called body mold as well. I don't know where it originated from, so yeah. Just let me know if you're that helpful, because there's so many figures that Hasbro reuses. I can't keep track, and I'm starting to collect comic book action figures. So yeah. Oh yeah, the even closer look pants here. Not a problem with them. You can see some of the molding here. I like how they actually sculpted or gave him an actual metal arm and sculpted all the way through right here, just removing the arm guard here. You can see it right there, and it is sculpted to an orientation that you can't just rotate it. It's fit in one position and it'll stay in that position. So there you go. Kind of hard popping off the hands here, but yeah, unfortunately, like I said many times, loose joints. I rather have stiff joints than loose joints. If you've seen my previous review, you know what I'm talking about with that Deadpool figure. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so he, with everything off, he is not bad. So other than the knee problems and some of the hindrance to his articulation due to the straps, yeah, those are my only two problems. So there you go. Question: can you fit the other weapon on? No, you cannot. It's too big, and if you want, you can break it. But go ahead, I encourage you to do it. Just kidding, don't, please. It's only made for the futurized weapon revolver, double barrel, whatever it's called. Yeah. Okay, I'm done with the even closer look portion. Now moving on to final thoughts. That is it, guys. Hope you guys like it. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Turn on notifications because I have more videos coming from this wave. Being not a comic book fan, not knowing much about Cable, I'm from the MCU place. I became a fan from the MCU movies and not from the comics. I know some people start from the comics and then these movies are made and they're getting nerdgasms and they're getting rants about how it's not the same from the comics and all that stuff. I'm just a fan. I can't wait for Deadpool 2. That's why I specifically bought this figure, just to complete the duo of Cable and the Deadpool. I really don't know much about in the comics, but yeah, what can I say? I'm just an MCU fan. But as a figure, he is fun to pose. One third problem that I have is the bump stock. I forgot to mention it before. If the bump stock was shorter, it would have been easier and fun to pose with. But the inclusion of the hole in the big weapon and using the Iron Man blast effect is a nice touch. And what else? He is a fun. Oh my God, Deadpool, get the. Okay, so he is a fun figure to pose. If you're a Cable fan, you will not be disappointed. Sculpting is great. Articulation is great. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? Okay, so yeah, that is it, guys. Hope you guys like it. Arolf more signing out. Peace.